Welcome to Underground Superstar, where we give artists the opportunity to shine and share their stories. My name is Tasha, and today we have Ronnie Dijon.
Ready to win, chest out of my chin up. Ready to win, ain't nobody defeating us. Ready to win, sacrifice for that better life. Ready to win, chest out of my chin up.
Okay. Welcome. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm blessed. How about yourself?
That's amazing. I can't complain myself. Can't complain. So I want to start from the beginning. What's your background? Where are you from? Who are you? Tell us all about it.
So, originally, I came from LA.
Okay, what part?
So, I'm a hybrid. So, I stayed everywhere in LA. From LA to Lancaster to Palmdale, Paramount, Downey. Like,
Everywhere.
It's,
Okay,
I'm
LA
just
County. Okay.
a pot, yeah. And I just moved everywhere from Texas to Arizona. So, I might come back to LA though, because it's always been home. So that's a little bit of where
Out
I
of
came
all those
from.
places, which place do you think has the biggest influence on your music? Arizona, Texas, or LA?
LA,
LA?
LA, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
That's an easy.
I can
call.
see that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
LA. Okay, so speaking of music, can you share us a bit about of your journey on music? Where did it all start? Where did it begin?
It all started. It's an accident. Everything has just been an accident. My mom's been in the church, and I've always watched how she sung at the church. And I'm like, I love that spirit that she had, and I would just try to mimic it on my own. I'll be in the shower trying to write lyrics, trying to hide it.
That's the best place to write music in the shower.
And I've always been like a shy kind of person, and I would never tell anybody. So I've always stumbled around people who've done music. Particularly in high school, I had a homie of mine. He doesn't do music anymore, but he was showing me Dat Piff at the time, his music.
Okay.
And I ended up just getting me a GarageBand microphone. I had the a sock as a pop filter, and I just started making music. And that was in high school at the time.
High school. Okay. So you started off fairly young as well.
Yeah. But I was on and off though, because I would start it, then I would hate doing music, and started, then I hate doing music.
So that's
it's
a journey.
always been
That's a journey.
that's
up
a
and down.
repeated.
But we're here now, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that you stuck to it. So how would you describe your style and sound?
Ooh, I'm gonna just say human music. It's just whatever I feel my emotion is gonna go. That's where I'm gonna go with it. So I may say I may make some outlandish song. Then the next song it may be some deep, in my feelings kind of stuff. So it's just the human emotions.
Okay,
So, yeah.
okay. So your newest single, "Ready to Win." What's the backstory on that? How did that come about?
That honestly was supposed to be a sync placement. So
Okay.
I was like, I'm trying to figure out a different way to get some money from music. So why don't I just make a song that I guess sports oriented song that I can go ahead and shop to commercials and stuff like that. And I just ended up liking the song. It was extremely simple, and I didn't think about anything complicated while I was making it. And I was like, oh, people like it. As I was performing it, people were reciting it back to me. So I was like, oh, this is cool.
Okay, that's amazing. So "Love Is Real." That was a great body of work.
Thank you.
You said about being human. That I feel a couple of songs on that album, it showed how human you were. So songs like "Cry" or Only Son," were those songs tough to create? Like, how was that process creating those two?
Those are all easy, honestly.
Really?
The more difficult songs for me to make are the repetitive, commercial based driven songs, because I've already experienced that, and just me making that song is just therapy at that point. I'm like, oh, okay, now I got time to reflect on it. This is how I felt, and then I'm just going on to the next moment of my life. I don't like hold that in anymore after I release the
That's
song. So it's just
good.
therapy.
That's good. I like that.
Thank you.
Because those were two of my favorite songs on that album.
Oh, the sensitive.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
already know.
I was in my feels for sure.
For sure. So, how do you find the balance between being honest and vulnerable on a track, but not giving away too much and still maintaining a level of privacy? Or do you just lay it all on the track and you're just like open with it?
So now what I'm learning, I have been laying it all out. Just it's literally like vomit at this point. Now I'm learning how to say a lot by not saying too much at that, because the general public, how can I explain it? Sometimes they don't want all that. Sometimes they don't want all that.
Yeah.
And I'm learning the balance of that, where sometimes it gets me in trouble. Like my mom would be like, "This is how you felt. This is
Tell us how you really
if
feel."
you have beef with me after that." And it is, and I'm like, I get it, because you don't want any of your business out in public. But I'm like, I gotta get this off.
That's
So
good. I'm
comes-
glad that you put it out there and you're just telling your truth.
Yeah.
So, how about your songwriting process? Do you listen to the beat first and then come up with the words, or do you have the words already made and then you just fix your words to fit the beat? How do you go about that?
It's chaotic. So it's just like there will be times where I need the beat first, and I won't write a thing. I would just record myself and punch in, record, punch in. I would just mumble, punch in, mumble, punch in. Then I'll go back and I'll listen to the mumbles, and then I'll just write the lyrics with the mumbles, so then it can like fit into the cadence or the pockets of the songs. And then other times, it'd just be a straight freestyle, and I'll just listen to it, go back, listen to it, go back, listen to it. It's very chaotic, I think. That's how I feel like it's been.
But it works.
Yeah, it works as of now. It
works.
may change next week or something like that, but yeah.
So, you said that when you write your lyrics out, sometimes it does upset some people. When it comes to like criticism or backlash for your lyrics or your artistic choice, how do you handle that though?
I just don't really care. Like, I have people on Twitter, like, I had a couple times people on Twitter like, man, this stuff is trash. And then I'll just show, like, a couple of my homies and stuff like that. But I'm not in my feelings about it. I'm just like, well, you know, music is subjective. It's not, everybody is not going to like it. That's just not the target audience for that particular sound. And I just think about, honestly, Michael Jackson. Not everybody likes Michael Jackson music. So
Yeah, and he was one of the greatest.
he's one of the greatest.
Exactly.
So that's how I look at it. I'm just like, all right, it's just not for you.
That's good. What is your favorite song of yours and why?
If it's, damn, that's a tough question. Because for one, I don't think I've ever created that. And I feel like if I do create it, then I'm going to be done making music. But as of now, the one song that I've been like playing repeatedly and it's been driving me insane because it's not to the level where I want it. It's called Heaven Can Wait. It's not released yet, but that's like ideally the type of music I would want to make all the time. And it's just, it's me and my feelings, but then I'm also being self-reflective and I'm just talking about life.
Well, I can't wait to hear it.
Thank you.
And with that, so what message or theme do you hope that your music will leave to your audiences?
It's okay to change. And there's no reason to stay the same because, you know, you're going to be stagnant if you just stay who you are. So I just say just changing, evolving.
I love that. I love that. That's true. You have to be able to adapt with the world. How do you think you've grown as an artist since dropping My Love, Her Roses to your newest album, Love Is Real?
Damn, I gotta think about that a little bit. I feel like My Love, Her Roses was me going for a commercial sound in a sense. And then I just started to create my own beats and sounds from there. I think the biggest thing I changed was just not really caring at that point. I was just like, My Love of Roses was just all girlfriend, breakup, relationship kind of music. And I was like, wait, there's more topics I can discuss rather than just staying in this pocket. And at that point in time, I was getting my heart broke a lot too. So I was like, okay, something needs to change. So that's all it pretty much is.
Okay, that's interesting. How do you navigate the balance between staying true to your artistic vision and adapting to the trends in the industry? I know you said that you don't care, but do you still find yourself like trying to adapt at moments?
Yeah, I say the biggest adaptment is social media and just figuring out where my lane is or how I can carve my DNA into the music world. And I was like, not everything has to be about the music. Why don't I just show a little bit of how I'm thinking or my personality a little bit? Not on like some goofy stuff or nothing like that. So that's how I kind of look at it. At first, I was like, I got to post every day. I got to do this once a week. I fell into that rabbit hole and got burnt out. And I was like, that's not me. I need to take my time. So, yeah. Okay.
Can you tell us about Locals Only? And what is it? How did it come about?
That happened by accident. So Locals Only is a music showcase. I do it once a month. I just scout artists throughout Phoenix because that's predominantly where I'm located. We play nothing but local artist music. So we're not playing anybody that's popular, similar to Underground Superstar in a sense, but we're playing nothing but local artist music. We even messed around and did something in Atlanta in October of last year. And then we're going to touch down in LA, I want to say, God willing, in June-ish, like late June. And how that started, somebody was like, hey, this place needs a venue. They need a couple of acts. Why don't you just try it out and see? So I tried it out. I reached out to a couple of artists. And that just turned into, that was a creation of Locals Only, in a sense, to where I'll make it real quick though. So there's this artist named Greg Max. And he had his set, and while he was performing, I was like, I need to call this something, because I saw the crowd and everybody was engaged with this event. And I was like, I'm going to call this Locals Only. And I kid you not, Greg Max's very next song was Locals Only. And I was like, oh, that's the name. I'm going to just run with it from there.
That's amazing. It's like everything aligned.
Yeah, it did. It was just accident. It was just put myself there and it happened.
That's beautiful. So do you have any last thoughts or words, any messages you want to leave behind?
I would say, if for anybody that's on the path of greatness, just continue to go. Life is going to punch you in the face. Just keep going. You never know where you're going to go. I didn't plan to be here. I'm off of work for a week. I reached out to Underground Superstars, and I was like, hey, I'm coming from Phoenix. And they was like, hey, come on out here. So I just put yourself in uncomfortable positions too. That leads towards greatness. And shout out to Underground Superstars.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here and being present. That was Ronnie Dijon on Instagram, RonnieDijon. Follow to stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ready to win, chest out of my chin up. Ready to win, ain't nobody